Hello, everyone. Welcome to ALR Season 12. This is round number... No, it's that. This is round number 1. And I have been brought out of my slumber. And just about over a week ago, we did the driver draw for the drivers and the constructors from gold, silver, and bronze. We are going to go through all of them a bit quick. We got 60 drivers to go through. And I've got about 4 minutes to get this done. And hello, everyone. Welcome. In... Oops, I've already missed that, haven't I? But in the Ferrari team, then, of course, the Ferrari, the joint constructor, the reigning constructor champions for bronze, and we've got Slayer and me, who will be driving in the, of course, RB. Then Dan and Vintage, then will be driving in the Alpine team for the bronze team. Then, of course, Duncan, Dave, and Janet was driving in the Ferrari. I apologise. Going to the Haas team, then we've got Mr. Lee and Hungry Styles, who will be lining up for the American team. Then for bronze, and Aston Martin on next, and they had a so-so season last season, but Cirrus Mushroom, who was quite high in the championship, I think 5th or 4th, and Winnie, a Grand Prix winner as well then. So Aston Martin, I would suspect, will be in the top 4, I reckon. Williams' team have had great success in the ALR. Hopefully they can have some more success, and they've got 2 very good peddlers with Brennan and, of course, Rocket Lee. Then we have the Kick Sauber up next, and Smithfield Mighty, potentially a odds-on favourite for the championship for the drivers. And I would also put Luke in there for potentially as a favourite as well. Definitely constructors champions, I would say. Real Ashton then, can he get his first points of his career? Dynamo Dan, former runner-up in the this category a few seasons ago. Astra John and Gino will be driving the McLaren team going forward this season, so looking forward to that one. And of course then we have the Mercedes team of You Mad Bro, a former Cobalt champion, and LB, who sadly didn't score any points last season then, but hoping for good things then for LB. I think he can get some points as well this season. And next is the silver runners and riders, and albeit they're actually drivers rather than riders, aren't they? Of course, this is not MotoGP, even though it would be quite cool to have a MotoGP league, wouldn't it? But I don't think many people like 2 wheels. Mercedes is up first then, and in the Mercedes team, of course, constructors champions for silver. Mr. Raging Bull dropping down from gold then, so sadly, Mr. Raging Bull fans, you won't see him tonight. Camera Racer, the most improved driver on the silver grid last season. Lewis Riley then, of course, only half season last season, and then, of course, got the former bronze champion of Delando. I'm looking forward to silver this season. There's a lot of champions and who's who of Grand Prix racing in ALR Formula 1. R2 Beat, and of course Nameless, a Grand Prix winner in this category as well for silver this is. Up next is the Ferrari team, Irvine and Gordo, who finished 3rd last season, and can Gordo be a champion this season? Cannot wait. Red Bull next then, Kian then, of course, the bronze champion has been promoted into silver, and of course Jay Hings, who came 3rd in the championship a few seasons ago. Williams team are up next then. Vessier, who finished 4th or 5th in the championship last season, give or take. And Farfree was 3rd the season before, but had a pretty lacklustre season. RB then, before they become the racing board the season after. Justify, it might have a difficult season, Justify. With Metronav, I'm looking forward to Metronav. I think he could be going into gold next season. Kaidao, no points last season. Reflections, a brilliant end to the season, of course. So Reflection hoping to keep on that momentum going forward. Kick Sauber next then. Brooksy, another former bronze champion then from not last season, the season before. And Marsky, very unlucky not to be a bronze champion after missing out in the final round last season. Kiki, of course, a lot of pole positions last season. Goodness gracious me, I think he's the all-time pole sitter in ALR. Nigel, the first ever ALR champion of season 1. And of course, the silver champion from a few seasons ago as well. Next is the gold category, or the gold championship. Excuse me. I've just had a oh gosh, I've just had a bit of my monster come back up there, which is a lovely image indeed, isn't it? 20 drivers then for gold. Then sadly, McLaren are already starting off on a bad foot. Then no drivers are going to be representing the Woking team here tonight. Kick Sauber only finished, I think they finished 7th or 8th in the championship last season. But the double world champion Sam Swift Ninja will be partnering Cam then, and I must say that Sam Swift Ninja going to become the first ever triple champion in ALR. Chappers, the most unluckiest driver last season, and Knowlesy, remember, Williams now 3 times constructors champions. I wonder if they'll be able to repeat the feat this season. Aston Martin, Kaz then, who returns to the fold then, and Markey, who also returns to his former Aston Martin team as well. So Markey, can he have a good full season as well? Menace, runner-up last season, and Box Tower, horror show last season, but I think the Mercedes are going to be a strong pair in this season. Ferrari team, former constructors champions as well, and it is going to be the two two CPI drivers with Troy and Toy Coin. That's a very good team, isn't it? I'd say that all the teams though in ALR are very strong. Lucas Percy then and Mumford, then former champion Lucas Percy. Mumford, a different beast, isn't he, since the last time we seen him in gold? Then looking forward to seeing what he can do. Legends has been improving all the time. I remember Indigo on his day is a pretty fine peddler as well. Alpine are up next, and Alpine a bit of a difficult season last season, but the former 100% champion Immortal, who finished third last season, 2 Grand Prix wins as well with Equals alongside as well. Equals, a former Grand Prix winner, is in of his own right. Brabbit, former silver champion, will be alongside Coop last season. A horror show for McLaren, but not as bad as the Red Bull team who finished bottom last season with MHD. MHD though will be joining the fold with Keza as well. And as we've in the background, we've got a sprinkling of the wet stuff. There is the calendar then. We do go down under for the Australian Grand Prix in just a few moments time then, of course, before we go to China, Japan. We've got that mystery Grand Prix we'll talk about later on. Portugal returns to the fold along with the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix before we jet off to Spain, Canada, another mystery Grand Prix before Belgium, the Netherlands, Italy. 2 mystery Grand Prix of round 13 and 14 before we finish off in Qatar and Abu Dhabi then. And well, my goodness me, I must say that is basically in a nutshell what is going to be occurring in this season's championship then. Of course, what you would have noticed on that calendar is it is only 16 rounds then, which is of course, the shortest season in ALR. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. I hope you can all hear me loud and clear because, yes, this is going to be a fantastic season indeed. And one way to start off, of course, well, it's a great place for the race, they say in Australia. Well, I would say that it's probably not a good idea to go on your holidays at the moment because there's a bit of the red stuff falling from the sky. But everybody's on the slick tyres at the moment, so they're all on the soft compound tyres. In terms of rule changes and things like that, the major rule change in ALR Gold this season is it is only one qualifying session. If anyone is old enough, I certainly remember these days, there was only one qualifying session in Formula 1 many moons ago where they had an hour to qualify. However, with only 12 laps, however, and 4 sets of tyres. But however, what I say today on this day in history, it is 18 minutes to get your time on the board. You can use almost as many tyres as you want. Then, of course, you can use gold. You can use the soft, medium, or the hard tyre. But however, I don't think you're allowed to use the hard tyre, or the game doesn't give us that luxury, does it? Thank you very much, Camero, with the €10 donation. I love that indeed. Thank you very much, Camero. Really appreciate that. Bardsey saying, nice chaps, said, okay, cheers, chappers. Is DW as well as of course, there's a couple of chappers fans in here as well. Great to see. Of course, chappers becoming a very popular man on the old TikTok platform as well. Of course, doing a lot of lobbies and stuff, isn't he? And also, I think he's got a career on the go as well. I seen him in Miami last night, which is really cool stuff indeed. I'm sure that chappers was driving a Williams as well that time. Here's Percy, then former champion, potentially could have been champion last season. Percy and of course Sam Swift Ninja, the world champ, the double world champion now. But swapping wins then, of course, it was Sam Swift, Percy. It was a very close championship before Percy had to pull out of the championship there. And of course, as we're just watching Percy coming through now, I don't think it's DRS available. It's not at the moment, is it? 14 minutes in this qualifying session to go, which is so sad because now I ain't allowed my 4 hour of moaning about real F1, which I'm absolutely devastated by. I think that's why the admins voted in to have but it's getting very twitchy in the old rear posterior of 13. I think that's why the admins got rid of the extra qualifying session, because of all my moaning and groaning about Andretti. Percy across the line on 24.968 then. So at the moment, that is not too shabby, but in terms of last season's pole position time, that is a 1:15 we was in then, so we're almost 9 seconds slower than last season's pole position time time then. So that's not ideal at all, is it? Cam goes second fastest, of course, in the Kick Sauber. Cam, difficult season last season, but he did show flashes of brilliance there. But it is a very tough start. Then Immortal is on the intermediate tires. Boxstyle has gone second fastest. He's over a second back from Lucas Percy at the moment there. So I think the Boxstyle would like to go a bit quicker that in the Mercedes-Benz car. MHD has gone fifth fastest. Farfy was super subbing in tonight for the McLaren Mercedes team there. But remember, that rule is still there where you cannot score, the reserve drivers cannot score points for the constructors that are driving for. Sam Switch gone fastest, and I have a feeling it's going to be a similar show to last season potential between Sam Swift and Percy. Menace, who came second in the championship, of course, runner-up last season, and Menace currently third at the moment, just in front of his teammate by a over second there. Immortal has gone fast on the intermediate tyres there, so to me, and Toy Coin has gone faster still by 7/10 of a second there, 7 minutes in the new season, oh my word. And I thought Immortal was off and into the scenery where I think that Bottas had a crash there in 2018, I think, was Toy Coin currently fast at the moment there, with second Immortal and third is Marquis. So I think intermediate tyres are surely the way to go. Of course, no knockouts here this season in ALR Formula 1. So it's not about saving tyres or anything like that. It is about getting the best time on this day in history. Thank you very much to Equals £5, which is definitely going on to my it's definitely going on to my lunch tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that indeed. Troy, former champion, super sweet in 16th position there, hasn't set a time just yet. Here's Muta, of course, the reserve driver for the McLaren team tonight. Mumford is abandoned their time and come into the pits. Legends is the slowest of the time runners so far. One incredible start to this qualifying session. Goodness gracious me, we're absolutely flying out there, aren't we? Muta's invalidated their time, so we're going to stick with season 8 champion Troy. What can Troy do in the Ferrari? I feel the last 2 seasons we haven't seen the best out of Troy, have we? Potentially, maybe it's the ground effect here, as albeit he was the first world champion in the ground effect era of Formula 1 ALR, but Troy had no DRS still, so it's still effectively too wet out there at the moment. It was a very difficult decision by the looks to go whether it's go to intermediate or the slick tires. Most of the drivers have now come into the pits and are trying the intermediate tires just now. I'll get to the comments in just a few moments. Serious Russian, baptism of fire there. Goodness gracious me, it certainly is indeed then. Hello to you, Luke, then. Good luck to Equals there from Camaro. Across the line there comes Troy, who's second fastest now. It's a Ferrari 1-2 here. My word, it's a blast from the past from 2004. There's probably some more a 1-2 for Ferrari later on in the season, but for some reason 2004 was the first season that came to mind. Here's Indigo, of course, a pole sitter in his career as well in ALR. Of course, I think that how many pole positions has Indigo got? I'm sure he's got 2, has he? Hang on a minute. Let me get my old glasses out then, because everyone's in a different spot now. It is 2 pole positions there. Indigo getting very rough with those curbs there at I think that was turn 5, wasn't it? It was. Barry Keller had a huge smash there in 2003 for the Ferrari team. Don't know why I'm on about Ferrari tonight, but goodness gracious me. Hello, Chappers will be signing autograph after Guy said yes. Chappers, I think, is the main reason why we've got so many people in this lobby. Fantastic in the stream, and thank you very much. Then it's a pleasure to meet you all. Surely intermediate tires are quicker, says Luke. Then of course Luke, as we just seen in the driver lineup, Luke will be in action in bronze on Tuesday, unfortunately for me, because I think that Luke is going to be a lot quicker than me, as I'm also making my second debut in bronze as well, which is very exciting indeed. Then, albeit Lola be excited if everyone falls off the track and I'm the only one left. Here comes Indigo out of 13, then out of 14 as well. Then of course you almost are flat out through the final turn, but in these greasy conditions potentially not. Then Indigo across the line now. Indigo goes 5th fastest in the RB. I've got to support RB. I am supporting RB, of course, because they are my joint constructors team as well. Across the line comes Equals there. Equals goes up to a very fine 5th position at the moment. Just taking a look to see who else is out there. Chappers, and here he is, the star of the show. Out of the final turn then for Chappers. Chappers coming up to the line now. Finers, let's go Chappers. 5th fast at the moment now for Chappers on a 24.006 said. Not 007. He hasn't got a license to thrill just yet. As Keza now is the slowest of the time runner so far in the Red Bull then. Just starting his lap then. Legend starting their lap as well. MHD down in 14th at the moment. I was expecting MHD to be a bit higher up than that at the moment. But of course we are very, very early into the season. I love the helmet, by the way, from Sam Swift. That's a beautiful helmet. I do love my good helmet. I do love a good helmet. As Immortal, unfortunately, is invalidated at time. Muta starting their lap as well. Let's see who's the first driver around. I think it's Keza, who is improved ever so slightly there as well. Right then, let me quickly get on to the chat, shall we? Subaru, I was going to get Beast to sub for the Aston Martin, says Serious Mushroom there. Come on, Chappers, vamos, says the real Tico then. Sonny, hello, Tico. Great, somebody. Is Muta on a computer or PS5 like Uta? Good stuff indeed then. It's okay, Ginger, I'll make sure I wave at you as I love you. Thank you very much, Luke then, of course. Luke, I hope I'm giving Luke the commentator's curse. Thank you very much, Goku then, for the €5. Lovely stuff indeed. Super chat as well. Goodness gracious me, guys. Fantastic. Yes, and of course, Luke will probably love me, but I'm hoping I've given him the commentator's curse, to be honest. As Keza goes second fast, he's now the meat in that Ferrari sandwich there. Or, I don't really know what it does. I suppose they do have sandwiches in Italy, don't they? Love the helmet here by Muta. Then, of course, really helping the locals there, is the Oscar Piastri inspired crash helmet there for Muta. Hasn't set a time just yet, nor is it Riley, Mumford or Knowlesy. Riley very much stuck in there, didn't he? And Muta across the line. That's a very good time from Muta there. Goodness me, a 23 flat. That's a great time for the McLaren Mercedes driver. And currently is on provisional pole position then for the Australian Grand Prix. Here's Knowlesy flicking past me now. The most experienced driver in ALR in this category then. Going into turn 6, I believe it is. Riley also out on circle. Let's stick with Knowlesy for the time being. Sonny P5, let's go then. Good stuff indeed then. Jenner's going to shock the world then. Vamos, chaps. He can go quicker. He will be there. Lily saying, W Chappers. Good stuff indeed. And it's great to have you all in the comments. Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to have to go now, guys, because I'm starting 100% race. See you later. And Vamos, Chappers. And good luck to you, finers. And fancy calling Keza meet then. Replays. Come on, Chappers. And great to have you all in the chat then. I've got to say, I've got a bit of stage fright, to be honest. Goodness gracious me. I've never had so many people listen to me waffle on about all kinds of nonsense there. Here's Knowlesy then. I must say then that Williams is not looking very compliant at the moment. Out of the final turn. Maybe I'm a little wrong here. He needs a 23 to be up there. It's a 24 at the moment. It's only 12th fastest there for Knowlesy. Someone has just popped themselves back up into full position. That was Sam Swift Ninja. The world champion Sam Swift Ninja is a two-time champion as well. As there's legends there down in 14th position at the moment. Now Lewis Riley, who is going to be a silver contender for most of the season. Good luck, Finn, says Sonny there. Of course, Finn going off to do 100% now, which I must say, ALR doesn't do 100% this year, but it's a it's very hard to do 100%, I must say. Especially if it's Qatar, as I had about 45 seconds worth of penalties in Qatar, albeit, but to be honest, though, that wasn't all my fault. Try and go in third faster. Muta currently about 3,000 of a second in front of Toy Coin, who's second at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see who grabs the ball by the horns there. Keza is grabbing his Red Bull by the horns there in 4th position. Sam Swift, Ninja currently out on circuit as well. Menace Max flicking passes into 9 and 10. It used to be 11 and 12. And one of the fastest corners on the circuit. Absolutely love those series of corners. And what can Menace do then? Of course, Menace was a cut behind the top two last season in the form of Percy and Sam Swift Ninja. Has he found anything over the winter break then to get himself back into this one then? Don't swallow your tongue, Sean. I'll try not to, but I do get excited and I always inhale at the wrong time. Sam Swift Ninja is faster. I apologise, I've missed that. It's a 22.8 there for Sam Swift Ninja, currently on pole position then. Sam Swift has only had 7 pole positions in his 36th Grand Prix start so far for Sam Swift. 5 minutes ago in this qualifying session. Oh, Legend has just moved himself up into 9th position now. MHD then currently in the Red Bull, down in 11th there, but in front of his very illustrious teammate, which of course is Boxtel. No, it isn't. Sorry, no, he isn't in front of his teammate at all. He's in front of Keza. I think I'm a year behind still, aren't I? Because I think the Boxtel's in the Red Bull still. Boxtel now in the Mercedes, they're down in 17th position now. Farf 18th, Cam 19th. Mumford still hasn't come out the pitch yet, or if he has not set a time just yet as Mumford. 6/10 second up is the former world champion Lucas Percy, then flicking past us now. We've had a lot of changes in this circuit over recent years. I must admit, I do prefer the old race circuit myself, but of course that's because I'm old and probably should be getting my Zimmer frame very soon. 6/10 second up is Percy in the second split time now, gliding over turn 9 and 10, then a little correction of the car in the Haas there for Lucas Percy. I like the Haas there. Really good stuff indeed there. Which ALR drivers are you putting on the traitor? Said, who are you putting on the faithful side and who is on the traitor side? Says Real Ashton. Ooh, certainly Serious Mushrooms on the traitor side, definitely. Especially if he throws some shade at me, as the young cool kids say these days. Percy out the final turn, then still no DRS at the moment. 3.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session across the line. Percy is 5th fastest there, and Percy usually a pretty good peddler in qualifying, but currently down in 5th position there. Not ideal then. Keza back out on circuit. Keza's 2600 second up at the moment. Sonny W commentator. I hope that's a good thing, but I must admit, I say I'm down with the cool kids, but I must admit I don't know what W means. Hopefully it means. Hopefully it doesn't mean away with you. No, wait, away is beginning with A, doesn't it? Goodness me. Good gosh, Dad. You can tell I got the education of a 5-year-old. Across the line there comes Farf, and goes an 8th faster than Farf is. Remember, Farf, a 3-time Grand Prix winner in ALR. He had, I'm sure he had 3 of those wins in a row as well, didn't he? Of course, he won this race back in Season 2 of ALR, didn't he? He was on course to win 4 in a row as well. But I think it was silent shifting that drove into the back of him, or he drove, or actually, I think Farf drove into the back of silent shifting there, which basically cost him the win in China a few years ago. Indigo currently is just crawling at the moment. Here's Boxtal, invalidated their time as well. That's not ideal for Boxtal, unfortunately. Thank you very much for the like said. Blair's saying W is good. Thank goodness for that, because I was sweating there. I thought I was going to have to get my P45. Into the pits comes Percy. By the way, actually, I got a lovely Christmas present. Percy's out of qualifying here. That's not good. That's not good at all, because Percy is now going to be dropping down, I feel, like a stone, because the track, yes, it's still raining out there, but the track, I think, is getting drier now, and with the cars going round and round and round, it is just putting the water back up into the sky. Mumford out of qualified. He's going to be 20th on his return to ALR. That's not ideal. What about Immortal, who was third in the championship last season, who had the momentum at the end of last season as well, didn't he, Immortal? And remember, Immortal, I remember a race around here a couple of years ago where Immortal was absolutely in Fabu kind of form. Across the line comes Immortal. 1 minute to go in this qualifying session. Immortal goes 7th fastest there. I was expecting a bigger jump there for Immortal. Muta, unfortunately, has invalidated their time, so he's going to have to go around again. Marky's out on circuit. 3/10 second up is the Aston Martin driver. There's a lot of outlaps going on the go then. Indigo's just coming through the end of Sector 1. Knowlesy's in the heart of Sector 2. Farford's out of qualifying. Boxtel has just started a lap. Cam is invalidated, unfortunately. So that's not ideal. So we're going to stick with Mark at the moment. 2/10 second up in the second time there. Sonny, come on, Chappers. And currently, Chappers is 12th. He is out on circuit. There is Chappers. We'll keep an eye on Chappers in a minute. Of course, I will give the viewers what they want them, because, of course, I'm a bit of a brown noser. Out the final turn, there comes Marky Car 19. I haven't played this since 100% Abu Dhabi, so whatever I qualified is a great success set. Across the line comes Marky, goes 8th fastest there. Not bad for Marky, but I feel that there's going to be quicker times there coming up on the board. As we're just watching Chappers now, Knowlesy has gone into 13th fastest, a whisker behind his teammate Chappers, 0.04 of a second behind his teammate. Here is Chappers now, 3/10 second up. Chappers is down into 13th because Boxtel just moved up into 10th. fastest. The checker flag is fluttering in the very overcast and very drizzly Australian breeze here in Albert Park, Melbourne. So not really very traditional here, but it is late summer. Chappers has gone very wide then. Sam Swift Ninja currently on pole position, the only driver into the 22s. We're some 7 seconds off of last season's pole position time. That's how greasy it is out there. I think the rain is getting heavier. On board with Chappers then. Cross the line, there comes Chappers, goes into the top 10. A great end there for Chappers then. Riley goes into 13th fastest then. Who's that Ferrari in the background? It is Toy Coin, pole position there for Toy Coin there in the Scuderia Ferrari. Toy Coin there has had a couple of pole positions in the past, and this will be his 8th pole position if he could stay there. Sam Swift has found more time in the second split time. Troy is out there as well in the Ferrari, but there's a kick Sauber going slow. It is obviously it's Cam there. It's not Sam Swift. We're watching Sam Swift now out of the final turn, and on board now with Sam Swift coming over the grid hatch as well. And Sam Swift pole position there by 0.2 of a second there. Sam Swift there only got only 7 pole positions of his career so far. Mark in the pits, Keza across the line, and Keza Grand Prix winner here a few seasons ago. 4 fast there for Keza. He's always gone well around here. Indigo, oh no, and Indigo has been disqualified. He's off the circle at turn... where is that? I think that's turn 12 or 11 there. Indigo's out of qualifying. He's going to start 20th on the grid. Of course, qualifying has been Achilles' heel for Indigo over his course of his career in ALR. And sadly, in this new season of ALR, Indigo will be starting right at the back of the field, 20th and last there. But it is Sam Swift Ninja on pole position there. That is Sam Swift Ninja's 8th pole position of his career. Fantastic stuff there for Sam Swift Ninja. And what a way to start. And then, of course, Sam Swift Ninja is going to aim to become the first driver to win 3 World Championships. And that is a perfect way to start for himself and for the Kick Sauber team. Really good stuff indeed there. Oh, my word, I need to lie down now. But sadly, I can't because we got the race coming up in just a jiffy. A 10th of a second in front of Troy coming up second there. I completely missed that. I apologise. What did you call me, Sean? I heard it in the background. I called you a traitor, Serious Bishop there. I think Real Ashton was asking whether I'll call you whether you're a traitor or what was the other thing, Ashton? Faithful or traitor. Yes, you're a traitor, Serious Bishop, for giving me all the dodgy setups last year. Brett said, yes, Chapper said, brutal, go on, Chapper. Sonic, good luck, Chapper said. Equals, wowzer, last over the line again then. A rough one, that says Chapper's there. Tough conditions there. Troy second, get in there. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even notice that till the very end there. It's looking a bit dull out there, isn't it? I must say, I'm a little concerned about the weather conditions out there, but I probably won't be as concerned as these drivers out there at this moment in time then. By the way, hello everyone. If you just joined us, and of course we've just had an incredible qualifying session. There's only one qualifying session this year. ALR used to have the knockout qualifying session of qualifying 1, 2, and 3. We have gone down to one qualifying session, which is I'm very disappointed by because of course. I haven't got an hour now to moan about real life of F1, but luckily there isn't really much going on, is there? Apart from, because we're in Australia, let's talk about Jack Doohan, shall we? Sadly for Jack Doohan, it looks like the Collar Pinto might be already eyeing up his seat then. I must admit, that's very harsh indeed. Of course, the tough love is usually going out in the Red Bull team, isn't it? But goodness gracious me. We've only got 2 lights on there, but it looks like the sun is beginning to burst through the clouds then, which is beautiful stuff indeed then. Medium and hard tyres are being represented on the grid then. Hard tyres for Knowlesy, hard tyres for Favre, Boxstall on the hard tyres, and Percy is on the medium compound tyres. Are you sitting on your poof, Sean? Yes, I am. 3rd and 4th with the exact time, says Browsen. Absolutely. Very good stuff. Good spot indeed then, of course. You can tell that I'm a bit rubbish at this. This is my 12th season of doing the old comms in ALR, but every day's a learning day for me. Let's be honest about it, I don't really spot a lot of things anyways. The usual viewers will know. Well, I can't argue that, sure. My setups were shady then. Doohan to be replaced halfway through the season with Franco. Flavio Briatore's fault then. He is brutal, isn't he, old Flavio? It's of course... he was brutal with Jarno Trulli, wasn't he, in 2004, where truly won the race as well in the Monaco Grand Prix that season then, but he was ousted out with 3 rounds to go, and they put in the 97 world champion, Jacques Villeneuve. Of course, Jacques Villeneuve, a legend in of his own right, isn't he? I must admit, he's a bit Jacques Villeneuve, a big old critic as well, if anyone watched the Canadian Grand Prix a few weeks ago. Goodness me, that was just about half a year ago now, wasn't it? Kiki, hi Sean, good evening to you, Kiki. Sam Swift Ninja, pole position number 8 of his career. Troy alongside number 1. Can Troy get himself back into the championship fight? He hasn't been there for a while. Toy Coin in third position. The Scuderia are looking very strong indeed there. That's great to see Toy Coin back up there. Toy Coin very unlucky last season. Keza in fourth position. He won this event a couple of seasons ago. Muta in fifth position there. I think McLaren will be hoping to keep hold of him. Sixth position is Menace there. Be disappointed to be so far down, Menaces, and for Percy as well, but Percy said he was happy with that performance. Eighth position is a Malta then, of course. He was on great form before Christmas. Ninth is Markey, the hero of the moment. Chappers in 10th position there. Boxtal in 11th. MHD in 12th. Farvin is in 13th position there. Lewis Riley is in 14th. Equals 15th. Legends in 16th. Knowlesy 17th. Cam 18th. Mumford didn't turn a wheel and qualify 19th. And Indigo sadly parked in a very dangerous location out of qualifying now. They're all on the grid now as we look from the rear posteriors of the 20 gentlemen that is about to blast off in the first round of ALR. It's lights out and it's go down under for the Australian Grand Prix as they all come down into 2 as well. Sam Swift leads. Second is the 2 Ferraris. So with third position is the Red Bull then, and they've all got away all safe and sound. I think that's clean as a whistle. Like goodness gracious me, that's fantastic. They haven't drove in anger for a very long period of time then. They've all probably still stuffed with chicken as they go through the car park of 3 and 4. Brilliant stuff, folks. Everyone has got through safe and sound. The King Sauber a bit off the circuit there, and the Williams at the back of the field there. So Sam Swift Ninja has got a 6/10 of a second lead already with Troy in second. Third position is Toy Coin. Keza Menace has passed the McLaren of Muta with a mortal pass. Lucas Percy as well. Chappers at 1 position. Equals 2, and also Cam up 2 as well. Sadly down 3 is Riley, and on the outside there, no, that's the inside, goes a mortal Heath through and up into 6th position there. Really good stuff indeed there. And Sonny, let's go Chappers there. Are you driving in silver tomorrow? Says Goku. I'm not, but I think that Kiki will be. So I think that is a question for Kiki. In the back of the field there, we got to MH. Oh my goodness me, there's cars all over the show, and through goes Legends and forces the McLaren off the circuit. Farfar's not going to be too proud of that, not going to be too fond of that, is he? As Farfar is never shy of an overtake there, but MHD is through and into 14th position. Lap 1 completed. Look at the gap there. It's a second already from the world champion Sam Swift to Troy in 2nd position. Goodness gracious me, Sam Swift Ninja is taking no prisoners here tonight. My word, fantastic stuff indeed. Oh my goodness gracious me. Percy will storm again, will storm through again. That says Cirrus Mushroom, as we just got Kiki. Silver has a full grid. It says Kiki does it. Of course, Silver, great stuff indeed there. I'm looking forward to Silver. Sadly though, all you Silver fans, you've got me for comms tomorrow, but you do have Knowles. But luckily for you Bronze fans, you've got Knowlesy for comms on Tuesday. But unfortunately for Bronze drivers, you've got me in the cockpit. But I gotta say, I don't think I'm going to do very well this season there. Brer is saying, let's go champions. I apologise, I keep absolutely fumbling your name. I will get there eventually. Come on, Marky, and blimey O'Reilly, gotta support the Astons. +1 for Chaps at the moment. He is up into 9th position at the moment. Great stuff indeed. Toy Corn all over the back of his teammate here. We did discuss team orders over the history of Formula 1, haven't we? Because Ferrari was a part of that infamous Austrian Grand Prix 2002. Goodness gracious me. Of course, whereas all a bit of a mess, and Barrichello let Schumacher through on the line after a lot of to and fro. I wonder if there will be any team orders in the Ferrari this season there. As we said in the driver draw then, of course, Toy Coin and Troy, I think do work together quite well. They're certainly in the same league, as here comes Keza, who's lost out actually to Menace up the inside. Well, he overtakes him just even before the Brundle turn there, which I don't even think it is called the Brundle turn anymore, is it? Troy and Coin have to work together, says Camaro. Of course, we were just discussing the same thing here. We're on board now with Toy Coin. Now, there will be DRS, of course. There's 4 DRS zones around this circuit. Of course, Of course, it's going to be very difficult to get out of DRS range, but Sam Swift is already almost 2 seconds up the road then. Toy needs a puncher so they don't double stack, says Serious Mushroom there. Troy, as Troy let him through there, I think he has. I was reading Serious Mushroom's comment there, so that is what I'm going to blame on, and not the fact that I was actually looking down to itch my foot. Menacer is now on the outside of Troy. Troy's lost 2 positions there. That is the power of the DRS zone around here, and I've already got a sweaty back. That's not ideal, but we got a bit of a conga line forward now behind. Look at this. Q, and we got Immortal followed by Muta, followed by Percy, Chappers, Markey, Boxtow, and then we got Equas as contact between the 2 cars. Legends and MHD, then we got Farf, Indigo, Cam, Riley, Mumford, and Knowlesy brings up the rear. Who is that then? Not quite, they're going down into turn 1 there. DRS is not really helping anyone at the moment, is it? There's a bit of a stalemate, a bit of a DRS train. Chappers is under a severe amount of pressure from Markey. He's going this way and that way. Yeah, always me, and up the inside goes Markey, and he's this is getting very dicey there. Of course, if Chappers gets taken out by one of the drivers then, which God forbid, but if that does happen, then I must say I'll be quickly exiting stage left. And if I was one of the drivers there, luckily I'm not racing with Chappers this season, so I'm not going to be blamed for one cent. But of course, I did trip over a few people last season, 100% then. And here comes Markey, he's having a sniff at Menace is up into. My goodness gracious me, there's 3 abreast, and the Mercedes of Blast on the outside. Incredible manoeuvre, and Boxtel has gone up into 9th position there. Is this the old Boxtel comeback? I would love to say it is, but let's not get our hopes up too yet, Boxtel fans. Calm down, Boxtel fans. Nothing, we're only on lap 4. On board with Lucas Percy, who, of course, can see his championship rival absolutely fly away at the moment. Out of the final turn, and look at this then, 1.5 seconds, and now Menace is starting to bridge the gap. Then the gap has come down by 0.2 of a second. Now Menace in second, Toy Coin and Troy third and fourth then. And then we've got this battle here between Muta, Percy. Immortals lost 2 positions there, whilst I have been muttering away. Oh my goodness me! But Lucas Percy is almost had a collision now. I apologise for screaming now. Oh my word, it caught me by surprise. Oh my word. I've also hurt my throat as well. That's not ideal at all. But it's goodness me. Lap 5 of 2090. Of course, half distance races in ALR normally. Lovely helmet design from Jordy Boxstar as well. I love these helmets. They're beautiful indeed. Then as Boxstar then is all over the gearbox now of Immortal, but I think that it's going to be Chappers and Markey we're focusing on again. Markey going this way and that way, but he's going on the outside now. He is on the outside. He gets past Chappers and into the points now. We're got a long camera shot here, but he is through. Chappers down to 11th finish there. Chappers, remember last season, had some really stonking qualifying performance there, but the race trim was not ideal. There's a problem. It's Indigo. I think he's in the wall, out of the race, and it's a safety car. And Indigo's first race of the season has not gone too well. We're going to get pit stops, yes. So safety cars out. Burnt Mylander in the safety cars, out on circuit now, and everyone's into the pits. Troy is doing a bit of backing up here. Of course, the stewards always frown upon that ever so slightly, but Percy has stayed out. We got a couple of drivers that have stayed out. Percy, Boxtow, and I think that's Chapper stayed out as well. That's a 10-second penalty for MHD in this one. Oh, I'm brave, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness gracious me. So we have got, there's the Aston Martin safety car. Percy, Boxtow, Chappers, Equals, Farf, and Knowlesy have all stayed out. And then we've got Sam Swift in 7th position. 8th is Menace, Toy Coin in 9th, where Troy backing up ever so slightly. Has only lost 1 position there in terms of where he was in the Crocodile, unfortunately then. But Troy in 11th position. Keza 12th, Immortal in 13th, Markey is 14th, Legends 15th, MHD is 16th, but it was a 10-second penalty. If I was MHD, I potentially would come back in the pits. He hasn't got another set of medium tyres, though, has he? Indigo, says Serious Mushroom. Sadly, Indigo out of the race. This is the first retirement of Season 12 of ALR, sadly. So, yeah, Indigo out of the race, said a difficult qualifying, a difficult Grand Prix start as well for Indigo. Of course, Indigo usually gets into a run of things there around the mid part to the end of the season there. But I think that Indigo does not want to make a habit, does he? He wants to get some points early on then. And maybe, I think that Indigo's... I wonder if Indigo is probably aiming for top 10 this season, potentially. Staying out's a bad move, says Serious Mushroom. It usually is, isn't it? If you look at the history of Grand Prix racing in league races, anyway, you would normally come in the pits there because anyone who stays out has a massive tire disadvantage here, and when they do, the drivers just stream past you. But the two drivers on the hard tires to begin with, of Percy and Boxtel, have decided to stay out, so that's understandable. But they are now trying to roll the dice, and hopefully another safety car for them two drivers would get themselves back in this one. I apologise, I forgot that Percy and Boxtel was on the hard tyre. Into the pits there comes Mumford in the second Haas car. His teammates in Mona. Mumford into the pits as well. Of course, runner-up in the Silver Championship last season. Great performance last season for Mumford. Then, of course, Toyota have got a technical partnership now, haven't they, with Toyota, which is absolutely cool. I'd love to see Toyota back. Probably pound for pound, one of the most very much a big underperformer in Formula One over the years. A lot of big dollar for a lot of drivers that possibly didn't live up to the billing there. I'm thinking of Ralf Schumacher for one. Then, of course, he had won a couple of Grand Prix in the Williams era, the BMW Williams era, but sadly didn't do too well in Toyota. I think Trulli did all right with Toyota personally, of course, but sadly I don't think Toyota have only got a couple of podiums and a pole position or two, but that's not really what they wanted. They probably wanted a Grand Prix winning championships as well for Toyota, but very exciting future potentially as we might see Toyota back in F1, which is a big plus for me. More teams the merrier, albeit I don't think that Toyota will enter their own team. I think it'd be more of a technical partnership with Haas, or a bigger technical partnership than the Haas. It will be half distance when the safety car is in. That's why, says Cyrus Mushin. Oh, so of course Cyrus Mushin there is our eyes and ears, the expert of what occurs in Formula One, whilst I'm the narrator, which I don't narrate very much because I can barely string two sentences together, to be honest. Percy, look at that then. A lot of not aggressive weaving, but very much precise weaving there for Percy to really generate some tyres. They are now the world's fastest heat engineers now. They want to generate some heat into those brakes, into those tyres, as well as keep the engine as cool as possible. But it's not really a hot day here in Albert Park, isn't it? It's been a very miserable start to the season in terms of weather, but he's gone then. We're back racing, and look at Chappers already all over the gearbox. There's a lock up there for Percy, and that might not be ideal, but look at this Chappers there, who has stayed out along with Equals there. Far from Knowlesy, also on the hard tyres, well, out of the final corner there. There is no DRS yet. The DRS will be available at the end of the next lap then. Now then, Percy, Boxtel, Chappers, Equals, followed by Far, followed by Knowlesy as well. So at the moment it's all status quo. Mumford's back into the pits. What's happened to Mumford then? Mumford has got some issues in the second Haas car. That's not ideal at all then. Abrera is saying there, and taking Chappers in the finals, saying, come on Chappers, on the podium, as we're on board with Chappers now, of course the hero of the moment then, and I think a lot of everyone who's been watching Chappers on, whoa my word, I thought Chappers was going into the scene of the accident there. Of course Maldonado crashed there a few years ago, but how dare I compare Chappers to Maldonado? I am probably going to not be able to get out of here. Equals is looking very keen for that podium position there. Menace has passed Knowlesy. Knowlesy's lost 2 positions there, but remember Knowlesy is on very old hard tyres now. I say they've only done 5 laps for order, but that's kind of the Pirelli era of Grand Prix racing, isn't it? At the moment, and it's all about tyres, isn't it? Sonny, close but no cigar. It certainly is there for Chappers. On board is Sam Swift and into there, who's absolute. I love the help, by the way. He's all over the gearbox. He's up the inside, and he passes Far into 5th position. That's a great manoeuvre there from Sam Swift. Yes, he's on newer tyres there, but even into turn 13. You don't get many overtakes there. That's a fantastic overtake the arch been able. There's a Ferrari there who's I think trying to overtake. I think that's Toy Coin on the back of Knowlesy, or it will be because he's through now, and there he goes. Knowlesy's been pinned on the inside there. Muta's going through as well. Equals has lost out. Sam Swift is now in 5th position there. Nope, make that 4th position. Troy is also past Knowlesy as well. Knowlesy's dropping like a stone there. Unfortunate then. How long before the curse kicks in then? Seriously, I've been putting that to the test, haven't I, to be honest, tonight. I'm for Sam Swift. I think that the drivers that came into the pits under the safety car should be able to get to the end of the race. And Chappers there is dropped down to fourth position there. Sam Swift up into third there. I apologise, viewers. I should have censored that, shouldn't I? Now, but look at this. Boxtel has taken the lead and passes Percy. We haven't seen Boxtel in the lead for a very long time. Of course, runner-up in this championship once there. Third position twice there for Boxtel. Had a horrific season last season. I think only got into the points once there for Boxtel, but he's now leading the race. This teammate Menace is also up in his sixth position there. Great stuff there for the Mercedes team there from Brackley. And they're loving life out there at the moment now. Hearts are OP on this game, says Sonny. Out of the final turn, then they certainly look very good at the moment, don't they? So Sonny thinks that they're going to go to the end of the Grand Prix. Oh my word! As now we're going into turn one. They cause Percy and Sam Swift, the two great rivals there, are at it again here. And what a way to start off the season there. I do admit though, I'm liking Boxtel's performance as well, but I cannot get too excited there. They're on different strategies at the moment. Toy Coins past Muta and up in 2-8 for this as well. We're keeping all the top three then. Yellow flag, what's happening as an issue then? Who's that? It's I don't know who it is, to be honest. As Kez is dropping down the order, and that's a Red Bull touring, and it's damage there to Keza, and that's not ideal. Kez was hoping to repeat his Grand Prix win here from a few seasons ago. Menace up into fifth position, Equaz down into sixth, and here's the top three then. And where is Sam Swift? He's not going through just yet then. They are not going to let Sam Swift through if they can help it, because of course, Sam Swift Ninja, the more they hold him up now, the how is going to help on later on. It's going wheel to wheel, down into... contact between the three cars, and there's more contact. Sam Swift is trying to barge his way through, and there's a Mercedes up into third position. That's Menace who takes the de facto lead of the Australian Grand Prix, if you get the cut of my jib. But Sam Swift Ninja is very much right up in this diffuser. Thank goodness gracious me. Buy him dinner first as they come across the line once again. Boxtel leads, second is Percy. Menace in third position. Toy Coin is now with you sixth position. Menace having a sniff, nothing more than that though. Chopper's down into fifth now as I hear the crowd boo. Farf is now into the pits there, and so is Keza. There's damage to Keza. I'm wondering if Farf and Keza had issues there. Cameron's got a penalty out there. My word, then it's all kicking off at the moment. Sam Swift is OP as well, and so Keza's luck has not changed. Sadly not. Chapper's luck is looking very much better. Keza, there's major terminal issues out for the Red Bull car of Keza, and is out of the race there. Mumford having major issues as well. Down in 18th position. We do not know why yellow flag. We do not know why Mumford came in the pits again, and they're going on the inside here. Oh my word, they're on the grass, and there's four Sam Swift Ninja's going to take all four of them. What a magnificent manoeuvre. Sam Swift Ninja takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. That is absolutely mega stuff. I would love to have seen that on board there. That is fantastic. And Menace was challenging. It's down into fourth position. Sam Swift Ninja takes the lead, taking three cars at once, and now leads the Australian Grand Prix. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. That really is. Sam Swift Ninja there very much wants that third world championship. He was the first ever triple world champion in ALR history. That is incredible stuff indeed. As you go down into turn one, as there's a Ferrari going very wide there, a Toy Coin. He just about keeps it on there, and just on board there with Menace having a sniff down into turn three. Sam Swift Ninja followed by Boxtel, Percy, and then we got Menace followed by Toy Coin. Chappers in at sixth position here. Oh my goodness gracious me. On board now with Menace as we go into the very fast turn 5. My goodness gracious me. That is absolutely incredible stuff indeed there. Well, and now here comes, and who's on the outlet? There's Menace now up into third position. There he goes, passes Lucas Percy is down into fourth position. Sam Swift there almost out of DRS range now. We're on lap 12 of 29 here in what has been an absolutely fantastic Grand Prix so far. And Menace on the outside, through he goes, and into second position. I wonder if that's a bit of orchestrated maneuverability there for the Mercedes team there, as of course Menace is on younger tyres there. He's much more equipped for the job then, and to maybe challenge Sam Swift for the Grand Prix win there. Chaver's doing a great job in sixth position still. He's very much, he's out of DRS range though with Toy Coin. Toy Coin is very much in DRS range there, but unfortunately as a Mortos now with the sixth position, but unfortunately cannot get through at the moment there. Down into turn one. Oof, my goodness, gracious me. As unfortunately Keza is absolutely fuming there. Of course, it looks like there's a coming together in the midfield then with Keza. Then no point in practicing for the race. I get taken out or bad luck every single race. The game hasn't changed its front wing either, which is not ideal then. So Keza then is not happy in the new surroundings of Red Bull, and sadly it's the same old story for Keza as it was last season. And Keza and Chappers was two of the most unluckiest drivers on the grid last season. Serious Chaz was just saying his luck hasn't changed there, unfortunately. Just on board with Percy dropping down to 5th position. Muta is now up into 9th position there. Troy has got past Legends and up into 11th position now. Troy has not come through the he's got damage, that's why. Troy has got major damage on the front nose cone. And who's that up the inside then? I don't know, to be honest, but Markey up into 8th position now, all over the back of Chappers here. Oh my goodness me. So Kez is completely done, furious with tonight's and into the pits comes Chappers now in the Williams. Keza is absolutely furious with the with how things have gone tonight. Of course, Keza had a difficult season last season, and unfortunately, it looks like that there's a difficult start this season as well. Replays, try and be positive, man. Muta, the reserve for spanning from me, and Troy got get an orange wing damage. Game doesn't change my wing, says Keza. So absolutely, I forgot to say, inconsolable at the moment is Keza, sadly. I feel the game not repairing the front wing, says Sonny. To be honest, sometimes the logic of this game is pretty rubbish there, isn't it? And that is an understatement. Luckily, as Equals got a 3-second penalty, that's not lucky for Equals, but luckily I've not... Menace is flying as well, says Kiki. Luckily, I've not raced this game much, to be honest, so I'm only going to feel that pain come Tuesday's night then, which I'm looking forward to, but I'm also not as well. No point in me being positive, lad. This is almost every race for me, says Keza, as Boxstar now up into 4th position then for the Mercedes, and Boxstar and Percy have not stopped yet. Immortal in at 6th position in the Alpine machine. A big old lock up there for Toy Coin now, but Toy Coin is now 2.25 seconds behind Menace. Menace is flying out there, just as Kiki said. There is Menace. He is absolutely like a freight train at the moment. Chappers has been to the pits. Equals is in the pits as well. So everyone, apart from Favre, is now on the hard compound tires, and we've heard that the hard compound tires are very much OP on this game then. So just on board once again with Menace. He is flying out there, isn't he? Goodness gracious me. He's coming through like a hot knife through butter. Hello, Chazza, General Chazza. You are a bold one. Nosey Sound Pity, where he's down in 10th position now, but him and Troy there fighting for position. Troy's got major damage there. The man who was on the front row of the grid down in 11th position, not getting through the traffic at all, sadly. That is a horror show there for Troy in 11th position. On board once again with Menace Max, and as you can see that he's really pushing at the moment now, half distance, just over half distance here in Australia. Of course, it's the first round of the season, and tomorrow night it is silver, and then on Tuesday it is bronze. No 100% this season now, as Lewis Riley and Cam, oh my word, what a manoeuvre for Cam then, but now Riley is coming back at him, and Riley is going to be on the outside. He is through. There's a lock up there just in front of us, but Riley, that's a magnificent. We got 2 overtakes of the season, and this is only round 1. Great stuff indeed. But Lewis Riley is in 13th position now. Great stuff indeed there. MHD is making his way through the field, but he does have a 10-second penalty, unfortunately. That is not ideal at all for MHD. Back in the front then is Sam Swift Ninja and Menace, and now almost 3 seconds in front of Toy Coin, who was second. Boxstyle doing a great job there, doing a fantastic job is Boxstyle in 3rd position and Percy in 4th. Great driving indeed. Both drivers are hoping for a safety car because they're going to lose an abundant amount of time by pitting under green flag racing there. Hello to hello Chazza. I'm going to say it twice. I'm so nice, I say it twice. As we've got you commentating in Silvershore. I am indeed then, Kiki, so that's sad for you, isn't it? Of course, as now coming out of turn 10. On board once again with Menace, of course, a Grand Prix winner, Menaces, but he's only won one Grand Prix so far. Riley and Cam, now it's getting personal here between these two in 13th and 14th position there. On board Riley, a last-minute replacement in the Aston Martin team for Kaz, who's not racing here tonight, sadly. So Lewis Riley has stepped in and is taking up the seat then for the Aston Martin team. As just coming out of the final turn, and Sam Swift has got a half a second advantage over Menace. Lap 17 out of 29 here. I am very much on the edge of my poof here as you go down into turn 1. On board with Menace, getting a bit of pickup on the old inside shoulder of the tyre. And we got DRS down into the Brundle turn then, which I don't think it's called the Brundle turn, to be honest, is it? But I live in a very different world, to be fair. And also, if anyone remembers the first race here, where Martin Brundle went head over heels, literally, of I think it was Johnny Herbert and, of course, the legend himself, David Coulthard. Goodness me, back in 1996. A lot of you probably wouldn't have been born there, which makes me very depressed indeed. There's a bit of a conga line from behind Toy Coin. It's a 3-second penalty there from Markey. Toy Coin now has got fresh hard tyres, but he's being dropped. And now through goes Menace Max. Typical. I get off board with them, and the lead has been swapped then. And look at that then, it says a bit of oversteer there. The car's unstable on the South Swift Ninja, but it's Menace Max. He was only won one Grand Prix so far in his career. Takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. Now, he has got he will have DRS, Sam Swift will have DRS over Menace there. So Sam Swift is going to have to really get out his defensive game now. I hope he's been watching Rio Ferdinand there. Shocking stuff, I know. Maybe he should have watched Sergio Perez and, of course, the Minister of Defence back in Abu Dhabi 2021, but let's not go down that road. Sam Swift there is, unfortunately, the straight wasn't long enough there on the start-finish straight, but he's going to have a really good run there, going into the Brundle turn again. Then Sam Swift Ninja there, I think, will be thinking about the maybe overtake on the outside or inside into turn 9 and 10, the very fast turn 9 and 10 on this circuit. Then Kiki's engineer tomorrow had, of course, a bad race incoming, so Sirius Russian. Of course, it certainly will be if Sirius Russian's anything like my engineer. Of course, I'm joking. It's more of my own mistakes, really. Even though I do say that the racing Qatar was not my fault. Here's Sam Swift coming on the outside, takes the lead in the Australian Grand Prix and gets ahead of Menace Max. The top two of the championship last season are very much fighting tooth and nail in this one there, and goodness gracious me, it is getting very close there between these two. And I was saying there in the preview, in the build-up, that I do think that Menace Max may need to find a smidgen of time then, which is very difficult in the top tier of Grand Prix racing there. But my goodness gracious me, Menace Max has certainly found something, but can he keep up there? Because it looks like Sam Swift has found a bit of time then, but he does have DRS down the back straight. Into the pits comes Lucas Percy, former champion. If you do the same stuff work as Ginger Rage, then I don't know, serious bad luck, Kiki. Exactly. As I'm just watching going down into turn 3. To be fair to Serious Russia, he had a very difficult driver to race engineer. Goodness gracious me, I'm worse than Lance Stroll, to be honest. But having said that, I am not DNF'd on the formation lap yet. And of course, I've not driven into a gravel trap after spinning. Back on board with Menace Max. Goodness gracious me, when you go on board, it's just incredible, isn't it, how well these drivers just throw the cars around. It's absolutely splendid to see. Menace back through. Menace retakes the lead. And on my word there, and we could have a very tactical race going on now. I wonder if one of these two drivers are now going to think, I'm going to sit behind the other driver and just wait for the DRS on the last lap then. Well, that's a very dangerous thing to do, though, of course, because it does depend on if your tyres can hang on there. But if you are behind the driver in front, then surely you're going to get understeer. Surely it's going to hurt the tyres more, and surely the driver in front will have the advantage then. But of course, theory does not win you a Grand Prix. It's about your skill on the circuit, and there's a lot of skill which is being displayed here tonight, and I'm absolutely loving it. What a way to start ALR 2025. Boxed out into the pits as well. Percy came into the pits on the last lap on the medium tyres, is out in 13th position now. Is Percy there, and Boxout's gone soft here. Will those soft tyres get to the end with 10 laps to go? I gotta be honest, I have have no idea, to be honest. Chappers is gaining a lot on Percy, says Browers. I apologise. I can't even say my name, to be honest. But Chappers is gaining a lot on Lucas. Of course, Chappers is on the hard tires, and Lucas is. Percy has actually got in front of Chappers by a margin now. But Chappers will be quicker than a lot of drivers in front of him now. Here comes Sam Swift on the outside. Sam Swift retakes the lead. Barber's got a 3-second penalty, and on the outside, that's a great manoeuvre there from Sam Swift. I didn't think he was going to make it, to be honest. Chappers, of course, is on very young, hard tires now. Troy and above has all been on those laps tires for 14 or 15 laps. Sonic, you should be in DRS soon, Chappers is. And Chappers is currently 1.8 seconds away from the DRS range of Boxout, but Boxout is on the soft tyres. Percy is on the medium tyres, but I think the Chappers has got a realistic opportunity here of getting some points there, but we have 10 laps to go. This is going to get very interesting indeed. They're down into turn 1. Sam Swift still leads then. Second position is Menace Max. I dare not take my eyes off the Grand Prix lead here, but it's a fantastic launch here, and you can't get much closer in this set. There's not a lot of distance between these two drivers there. Menace Max is all over the gearbox of Sam Swift Ninja. This is what we want to see, don't we? Sam Swift Ninja, as in all his championships, has always been very good, has always been run very close there with Percy. Menace Max was ever so slightly behind last season, but this season, Menace Max is all over the gearbox now. What was that on the camera? I do not know. But flying past as well, I think it was a bit of grass. But of course, touch grass and all that kind of stuff. But Sam Swift Ninja is a bit too far. I think Menace is a bit too far back of him, but look at him homing in now. But I think the Menace is going to stay back now, and I'm wondering if he's just going to follow him until get a bit of harvesting on the go there. Mortal is through past Toy Coin. Toy Coin is struggling. He's lost a lot of time there. Markey into a superb fifth position there. However, sadly for Markey, he does have. And sadly for Markey, on the outside there goes Troy with damage to the Ferrari. That's sad for him, as Percy's got past Cam as well, up into 10th position. Sad for Troy, major damage there for the former world champion. They're not ideal at all. Now he's got to catch someone on new soft, says Sonny. So he has, sadly Chappers does, but Chappers there will be a lot quicker than the drivers in front there, with just 7 laps to go. And those hard tyres there, the drivers on the hard tyres have been on the hard tyres since the safety car. I think Chappers has a chance of getting some points here. Pens could help Chappers as well, says Serious Russia. Through goes Percy. Boxhouse at the fast on race there. Boxhouse on the soft tyres. I must say, I do not think that the soft tyres can last to the end, but I have been wrong before. We all know that. I do not know what I'm talking about half the time. And now is going into the Brundle turn, which is not really called the Brundle turn these days, but he's going down anyway into turn 3. And look at this battle here, and it's such a shame for Troy. He has the pace, and there's a change in the lead whilst I've been waffling away. Menace retakes the lead on lap 22, and Sam Swift Ninja back into second position. There's a great battle in between the runner-up and the world champion from last season. Wow, great stuff indeed. They're back with this battle here, because this is getting very good. What's that? There's 3 abreast. There's contact between the 2 cars, and the Boxstyle is through, Cam is through, Troy down at the top. Cam is off the circuit, and that is such a shame for Cam there. He's doing a very good race. He did have penalties, but that was getting very hairy into 9 and 10, and sadly for Cam, off at the very fast king of 9 and 10, and oh goodness gracious me, the soft tires were like chewing gum back at the front, and Menace is off the circuit. Oh no! And Menace Max, who was driving a superb race, has made a mistake, and that is certainly led Sam Swift off the hook potentially. Menace, we see him getting a bit drifty at turn 8, 9 and 10, but Menace Max, sorry I keep saying his own name, Menace locking up the tyres. He needs to keep control of those tyres here, because of course the temperature is going to be skyrocketing, but Menace, who is challenging for the Grand Prix win, the end of this race is going to be an absolute drama here, but Menace damage to the Mercedes as well. There's end plate damage on the right hand side, the left hand side as you look at it, and Menace is going to be that car is going to understeer. That gives Sam Swift the win right here, says Barrels, and that I'll get your name right eventually. I apologise. It's not even a difficult name, is it? It's just me getting a bit of stage fright. I apologise profusely. MHD is now on up into 6th position there. Oh, I am absolutely deflated by that. That is such a shame as well. GG Sam, let's go home. Says Serious Mushroom. Whereas we've got more yellow flags there, and I think it's Cam, and Cam's lost the half of the wing there, and that's at the same place it was earlier before. Menace is coming into the pits. That is such a shame. And here comes Marquis on the outside and through and up into 4th position there. Muta having a great race here tonight. That's a brilliant stuff indeed there. Chappers and DRS then. Chappers and DRS, and Chappers is through and into 11th position. Look at him, he's fighting with Troy. Troy's got damage on the car, and Equals has also got past Knowles, and both Williamses are 11-13 for the Constructors World Champions. Currently at the moment they are not in the points there, but I retract my statement. Chappers is in the points now, passes Troy, moves up to 10th position there, and now Chappers said, as Serious Mushroom says, with those soft tires are going to be like chewing very soon then, and I feel the box out. Can he get to the end on those soft tires? I'll be absolutely, whoa, dumbfounded if they will, on the outside. Oh, contact ricochet in there between the two cars. Oh my gosh, let me sit down a minute. Come on, Chapper said. Yeah, Mushroom's got it. It's a very good something. Thank you very much for joining me, by the way. It's like, I've no idea what's going on, to be honest. And I've almost fallen off my poof. So just watching. Mortu's now in his second position there. Toy Coin lost a lot of speed and time, didn't he, in the mid part of that race? So I wonder if it's the hard tyres there for Toy Coin. But here we go, says Sonny. As I'm just on board with Toy Coin now. Marky in 4th position, Muta in 5th, MHD in 6th position, Legends in 7th. I've got a really sweaty rear posterior now. Percy in 8th, box out enough. I need to cough. I don't think my mute button's working, sadly. 10th position is Chappers, who has now got an 8/10 of a second gap over Troy in 11th position. Knowlesy is coming up like a freight train in 12th position there. Equals in 13th, into the pits. As I don't think they've changed Menaces from wing, because he's in twice now. Cam into the pits as well. Exactly what happened to Keza there, so that's pretty annoying stuff indeed, isn't it? Farfair, 10-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Sadly for Farfair, it's been a difficult race, but Farfair was a late stand-in for the McLaren Mercedes team there. Legends has got past and now up into 6th position there. Percy is going to be quicker than the hiccup as well. On board with Percy now. Percy, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Oh my word. Gosh, I had a little bit of a fright. Percy up into 7th position. Oh my word! And my gosh, how did he keep the car pointed in the right direction? It's beyond me. That's fantastic. Indeed, Percy, of course, one of the most naturally gifted Grand Prix drivers, as Boxtel, also having a sniff up the inside of MHD as well. Lap 26 out of 27 and 29, and hopefully driver of the day be out momentarily. Of course, get your votes in for driver of the day. We'll keep an eye out as Kez has left the session there. Kez are very bewildered about this race then, and figure bewildered about Grand Prix racing as a whole at the moment there. Menace got 3-second penalty. There's a lot of frustration there from Menace there, and Legends letting Percy through there, because I think that Legends is going to be looking over his shoulder at Boxtel and MHD, but MHD does have penalties. We'll take a look at the penalty situation in just a jiffy here. And Percy now up in 6th position there. Marky just in front of us. Oh my word, that Percy is pushing on here. And my word, almost out of control. Almost as out of control as me trying to sit on my poof, sadly. Wow, Sean, you almost blew my wig off, says Serious Mushroom. Or is it a toupee, Mushroom? Is that Marky is through and up into 4th position. Muta is in 5th position. I must say, I could just watch F1 cars go through turn 9 and 10 every day of the week. I love those cars going around here. I must say the driver is very much almost on the edge of the limits and beyond. It is great to see, isn't it? What isn't great to see, though, sadly, that of course you get a point for fastest lap there. That rule is still in place. Equals are drifting almost off the circuit, just about keeping it on there by the skin of his nose cone. Troy down in 30 minutes there. Hats off to Troy for keeping with it, because There's a lot of frustration in that Ferrari car. He's got the pace in the he's got the pace, hasn't he, in that Ferrari? It's certainly one lap pace, but sadly there it's just gone a bit peak tongue, hasn't it, in the race? Damage there, which we heard from Keza with Muta and Troy, and Keza was caught up in it as well. But to pay posh git. The cars through turn 9-10 in real life are incredible, says Luke. Of course, Luke did take a sabbatical down into Australia. I think it was about a year, wasn't it, or something like that. I would love to watch cars go around there. I think that's one of the where would you like to watch cars? Actually, I'm trying to think of it now because I must admit 9 and 10 around here would be absolutely fantastic. I've seen a bit of it on Instagram. Absolutely splendid stuff indeed. Of course, you've got Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel as well in Silverstone. Boxstar arriving a bit too late on the scene there. Cam is trying to get past us that bonus point there. You get that past that wherever you finish in the Grand Prix. It's not just in the top 10. It's trying to encourage drivers to keep going. Not sure if we're going to do what they've done in real Formula 1 and get rid of it in season 13, but that is a different conversation for a different day. Lap 20 out of 29 here. I've absolutely enjoyed the stream tonight. Thank you very much for our new guests in these streams. Well, I absolutely love it. I really appreciate you for spending your Sunday afternoon with me. Well, not with me, to be honest, but with these absolute gladiators that have drove in this Grand Prix tonight. It's been an absolutely incredible start to the season as well. But I think the takeaway we can get from this Grand Prix is Muta all over the gearbox here. Muta's a star of the future. We've seen that brief in the end of last season, and I think the Muta is certainly going to be one driver keeping an eye on the gold grid as well. Here down in Melbourne, been to this GP 3 times in my life. Hashtag blessed. This is one Grand Prix I'd love to go to. The only problem with Australia is I'm scared of spiders. I'm scared of anything that crawls, to be honest. So goodness me. So I'm not. I love to go, but unfortunately, I am a bit of a wimp when it comes to wildlife. Yellow flag. On the outside goes Muta. Percy's through as well. Just take a look what the yellow flag is. I think it's at the final turn, and I think it is Far through. Remember, Far has had history in that pit lane and coming into the pits there. Remember, Far crashed into the pit exit there. I think one season, I'm sure it was in silver, to be honest. Sadly for Far, he did. He tried to recreate the legendary David Coulthard who crashed in the entry into the pit lane in Adelaide 1995, which I always bring up. Of course, we've had a lot of drivers that have crashed in the pit lane. I think Troy did as well, and Spain a year or two ago, after because had a bump, didn't they, coming into the pits. Here comes Percy, just sticking to the racing line, and through he goes. Come on, chaps, get that P10. Currently, he is in P10, but Knowlesy is absolutely flying at the moment. There's Knowlesy going to be the villain in the piece tonight. Then, well, just one more lap to go. We'll keep it on that, but the two Williamses there are going to be two and nailed it on board. Then Troy's got a 3-second penalty, sadly, as you're just watching. That's not a mortal behind there. That is one of the Mercedes. I think it's Menace Max, who was very much in the fight for the Grand Prix win right up until the very end. Then hold on in there, chap said. Melbourne, I can assure you, only has one a poisonous type of spider. One's enough for me, Luke, I can tell you that. So just watching Sam Swift Ninja. A Black Widow then. Isn't that a character? Just watching Legends go through and up into 7th position there. And look at that! Look left! Look right, I should say, on the outside. Magnificent stuff. A mortal has taken. No, he hasn't there because we've got a great fight to the very end then. And my word, that is very edge of your seat stuff. Then Sam Swift Ninja exits the final turn and wins down under in the Australian Grand Prix. What a fantastic clinical performance from Sam Swift. And that's his 17th Grand Prix win of his career. And Toy Coin, I think, just pinched it by 2 thousandths of a second there between Toy Coin and Immortal in the battle for second and third. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. But Sam Swift Ninja, this is a statement win, isn't it, for Sam Swift Ninja? His 17th Grand Prix win in his 37th Grand Prix start for Sam Swift Ninja. An absolutely clinic in Grand Prix racing there. And I must say, that's a worrying time for his competitors. Percy wasn't at his absolute best set. Menace was absolutely flying out there, but a mistake at turn 2 has cost him a podium at the very least. Troy salvaged the point in the end there in the Scuderia Ferrari, but Troy had issues coming through the traffic after that safety car. My word there. Get in there, chappers there. WWWW. Good race, chappers. Great stuff indeed. Serious Russian chappers would be 9th pair. Absolutely mega stuff indeed. Whew. Well, that's a good start to the season, isn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed then. Oh my goodness gracious me! I might have to sit down now, as I've really I got too excited in that race. Legends are getting a driver of the day as well. Tika, come on, vamos, chaps! Sam Sam needs his own league. Then amazing immortal and chaps there, says Equals. Then as there he is. Oh, perfection, and I love that as well. I've never even did we see that animation last show? I think we did, didn't we? To be honest, really good stuff indeed. Then, and my word, Sam Swift Ninja, 17th Grand Prix win of his career. He is aiming to become the first ever man in ALR Formula One history to become a triple world champion. There, my goodness me, this man is starting to rewrite the record books in Grand Prix racing, and I must say, it's going to take someone very, very special to knock Sam Swift Ninja off his perch. A double world champion, first man to win the championship on 2 different games. And now then, of course, sees, I think it was F1 23 and 24, and aiming to get a double championship on this game as well, becoming a triple champion. Sam Swift wins the race. Toy Coin in second with Immortal third. Percy fourth. Muta, great drive in fifth position. Legends, brilliant driving sixth. Marky, Boxer 7th. Marky 8th. Chappers in ninth with Knowles in 10th position. MHD 11th, Equals 12th, Mumford 13th, Troy passes up and points in 14th, Riley 15th, 16th, Cam, Menace 17th, 18th is Far, two retirements there, Indigo and Keza out of this Australian Grand Prix, sadly. Oh no, I didn't realise I've knocked over my bottle of squash, sadly, so I'm going to have to get an old tea towel, I think, which is not ideal at all, is it? Oh, my word. Wow, that was a cracking race, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed, and I'm not sure if anyone's going to join me in the commentary box tonight then, but of course we've no qualifying these days, no full qualifying these days, and we're quite an early finish, isn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed then. Double Williams point says Champers, great stuff indeed. I can hear Sam's trophy cabinet creaking already, says Serious Mushroom. Fantastic stuff indeed. Tomorrow night it is silver. We are rewinding the Australian Grand Prix. We've got two more Australian Grand Prix then in silver and bronze. Sadly for you silver fans, you've got me in the comments box tomorrow. But great for you bronze drivers, because you've now got Alex in the commentary box for bronze, which means you've got expert analysis, which is more than what I can say about myself. So that's good stuff indeed. No 100% anymore, of course, and no 100% of course there, sadly, there, because we've only got 3 days of ALR racing now. We've only 16 Grand Prix. We've already done one, now we're down to 15, and Sam Swift Ninja has started off absolute to perfection there. Brilliant stuff indeed. Thank you very much for joining us. I am going to have a lie down. Well, I'm going to have a shower first, then I'm going to go to bed. Fantastic stuff indeed. Thank you very much. I've loved all your comments and stuff tonight. It's been fantastic indeed, and I've absolutely brilliant to welcome in some new viewers as well. I hope you can join us again tomorrow and Tuesday, and for all the other streams as well. I really appreciate it. I'm rattling on, and I have a feeling that no one's going to join me, so I am going to go to bed. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.